Hey y'all, it's Dinosa, and Real World Episode 5 wrapped up tonight, and I watched that just briefly, and I think if for a timing's sake, MTV made it shorter than normal. It was really unusual, I thought, because normally they last out for an hour, and they didn't. It was really around some weird time frame, about 50 minutes. It was very strange, but basically what has happened is that the newbies or the new people have shown up, and everyone is a little taken back at these people. So what you saw at the end of episode 4 is alliances being formed between the X's and the non-X's, but you're also starting to see how some of the X's are starting to talk to their other X's about stuff they did wrong or better different things. Clearly, some of the things they advertised at the end of episode 4 did not happen on that. But there is something that kind of did happen on that. But we'll get to that in just a moment. That what happened is that the X's are there and they started moving in. And the whole episode really focused around Jamie's boyfriend, I forget the guy's name, and his ex, Haley, I believe. And he obviously still has feelings for Haley, while she has feelings for him, but she actually told him during the episode, "It hurts me to see you with someone else and you talking to me, so go away." And that messes. Now, under a completely uncaring soul individual, the thing is, it's weird. It's like one of those things that some people may take it literally, just go away. I can kind of see his point where it says that bugged him more because he didn't want to go away because he maybe still see feelings for this girl, and then so. They focused around that. They focused around Ariel. I think Ariel, which is the ex of Ashley, or the lesbian, a little bit. And they focused around how the big blonde, and her ex was talking a lot, like we're very different and everything, and he's so different. So we take it with that information, and then for some reason we jump right into going to the club. That was about it. So everyone's going to the club, and then we come back to the Jamie boyfriend situation where this one girl's dancing around, and she's like not finding anyone, and her ex-boyfriend says, "Don't bring any dudes home," and she goes, "I'm not going to." And then the Jamie comes around, and the ex comes around, goes away, and says, just leaves. And Jamie's like, "What was that about?" "I'm sorry. What was that about?" And he says, "No, don't worry about that shit. I got that taken care of." And she's like, "Okay, sure." And then he starts smooching her a little bit. And then that was the club scene that kind of bounced around. Before they went to the club, they were in a van, and the van only held like 9 people, and 2 people had to ride in another van, which some people did. But what some of the guys started noticing is that they had like kind of what they saw first slot or first shot at all these new girls, and then all of a sudden when the exes came in, all that was just killed, and they're starting to notice this. And the harmony has been disrupted. So, basically what goes on is then between Jamie and her boyfriend, then we go back to the blonde, Corey's friend with benefits, and her ex. And she's like, "Well, you're this." And the guy was actually kind of a normal sounding guy. He's like, "You know what? You're manipulative. You're this. Doesn't mean I still don't care about you." And she kind of bought in. Wow, I must really be tired. And she kind of bought into that, and then goes away. And he says it kind of hurts him on that. And then later on, she's like, "Oh, I want a family. I want this." He's like, "Well, I will." And then she tells him Well, I don't see anybody else raising my kids other than you. He says, that's really sweet, and they hug, and it's a nice and feeling moment. But then there's all this other stuff between the exes and everything. So what happens is there was one really funny scene in the club. All the girls go into the restroom and they're panicking because they're like, man, I do not want to be part of this drama. They're like, is there cameras in here? And then they go, no. And all you have is the door. This is women's bathroom. And it says, here, well, the camera's here. No. It says, what are they really going to do? They're probably not going to care what we say. I mean, they can hear what we say, but they're not going to care. It's just a bunch of women talking in the bathroom. Yeah, what are they going to do? Shoot the camera at the door and then put subtitles on everything we're saying? Well, that's exactly what MTV did on that. So, I guess don't mess with MTV because they'll do that kind of stuff. That was kind of funny. Original, neat little idea. But, wow. But what happened is that when we come back to the club, everyone is there, and there's this thing, like, even the Brooklyn guy with his ex, he's like, I can't ask girls and phone numbers around with this ex around, and it's just driving everybody a little nuts. So they all go to the park, on the park out in San Francisco. I think it's Hyde Park, on that, and they're just kind of all having a day in the park, a little barbecue, a little picnic, or whatever, which is cool. And what happens is they're drinking beers, and Haley, not Haley, yeah, I think it's Haley, where she's like single, and Jamie's boyfriend. I really gotta get this guy's name, yeah. Wow. Wake up on that. And what happened is that he's like kind of watching them both, and he's getting frustrated because he's having feelings for both, obviously. And she's also going around saying, well, I'm here with all these, I'm single, and like, don't worry, we'll find some dudes here. And they found some dudes in San Francisco. I looked at these guys, it's just like, you're asking yourself, like, just wow. It's just the typical San Francisco, dude. I mean, oh my, everyone had their hair perfectly pompadour, perfectly straight, just bam. They're going to the park. Shaved perfect, everything. It was just like, wow, really? And they're all, of course, fuzzing their faces over, so you don't really know who they are on that. But what is this? Her and just random dudes on the screen. Random dudes. Or random guys. And then she's like, oh, well, here. So that's pretty much here. And then finally, everyone, Corey gets up with his ex, and he starts to, after he has a discussion with the Brooklyn guy, says, we're losing out here. And he has a discussion with his ex, he getting a little heated, going, why? I don't understand why you're here. He's like, are you here because of the show? Are you, because I didn't hear anything, and all of a sudden I'm on the show, and now I'm hearing from you. What? And she, oh, no, I just want to see you, and blah, 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 yeah, right. And then Jamie's boyfriend, because even Jamie's over there going, what's wrong? I said, nothing. I got stuff on my mind, and he's being all sweet. And then the blonde comes over, and you know what this idiot does? Is that he tells her, I can't say I'm in love with someone. And it's not really that. This blonde is already notorious for spreading rumors and talking crap behind people's backs. The person he confesses the problems he's having is to this blonde. And I don't even know her name. She's just big blonde. And she, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Now, I know they're 20 on that, but this is the person that has been setting up. And honestly, the girl that you're dating, Jamie, is the one that's causing most of these problems. Because she's just an attitude like that. So he tells her, I'm in a horrible situation. I've got two girls, and I gotta face it, like, if I date one, one's gonna get mad. If I talk to the other, one's gonna get mad. And it's just a lose-lose deal. And it says either I gotta pick one or do none. And, and I thought I'd hear other jokes, but that's not it. So he's like, I don't know what to do. So what happened is that towards the end of the whole episode, where here's is people start talking about this, but then they find out the word someone is pregnant. Now they didn't really hint on who it is. That's the big surprise in the next episode. I think it's the blonde who's pregnant. Okay, and it's just a big wow moment. So we'll see how that plays out, and people are starting to freak out, get scared. But then you see snippets of just people going nuts, people pushing, women slapping the guys, Corey and the other dude fighting somewhat. It's just, I don't know. It's just a, like they said, an explosion because of that. But this episode was no explosions. This episode where all the exes showed up, and then all the exes started hooking up with their exes. And the people that kind of got screwed out of this deal is the people that actually built relationships before the exes showed up, and everything got jacked up. I guess that's gonna be how it is. I don't know. I'm starting to question how real world this whole thing is, because this is really sounding suspicious. I don't know. I think one or two of them are egging things on, and then because they're getting their instructions from someone, because it just doesn't make any sense. Now, like stuff like Situation, where I'm going to say I'm going to let the dogs go poo and pee all over the house. Yeah, that's a joke. I could see that. That's annoying, not life-threatening, but annoying. Or like in Pauly D's situation, is like, oh, I got a stalker, and everyone freaks out. Very annoying. I think it's so annoying he had to get a restraining order for her. But you see, the thing is, what's lacking in this, which Jersey Shore had, is once again, it says chemistry. Jersey Shore chemistry. This group doesn't have any chemistry. They said, oh, I'm going to kick out Ashley, the West Virginia girl, and everything's going to be okay. Wrong. Everything's messed up more than ever. Now with the pregnant woman, we'll see how that plays out. But anyway, this is Dinosaur. This was episode 5, Real World's Explosion, based in San Francisco. I really wish they did another city. But oh well, can't do it. Talk to you later.